time. More than sports now. More than crunch time. We rush like fourth down.
I be taking wins. We don't mess with laws. I be taking wins. We don't mess with laws. I be taking wins. We don't mess with laws. I be taking wins. We don't mess with laws. We been on that paper chasing all that fashion. We been on that paper chasing what you ration.
Been in the grind now. We ready for prime time. Ready for shine now. We ready to get smile. On the rise, all eyes up on us now. Blast off spaceships till the touchdown.
Energy level on high. Put that trouble on fire. Double it down, I'ma spit it around. Click, clack, boom, we the best in town. Energy level on high. Put that trouble on fire. Double it down, I'ma spit it around. Click, clack, boom, we the best in town. I started off the lowest point in life, though. I started off the lowest point in life, though. I started off the lowest point in life, though. I started off the lowest point in life, though. I started off the lowest point in life, though.
Yeah, we getting ready to blow. Yo, you see the hat. Let me turn the light on, yo. Let me turn the light on. Put the magic on. There's the magic light. Yo. I told y'all all we're gonna do is talk about Celtics. That's basically it. We're not gonna do too much more than that. Um, that's just what we're doing. And if you didn't watch the Celtics and you got it recorded, spoiler alert, we're gonna be talking about it. So, hopefully you're watching this on Saturday if this is for you. So just typing something there. Yeah, just I had to put the hat on. You know what it says right there? It says 17-time NBA championship. Are we looking at 18, people? Are we looking at 18? That's the real question. And if we got through this game, I think people were feeling really well about it. And so let's talk about it. Hey, yo, before we do, I wanna send a special shout out to Tree. Tree is obviously for anybody watching our show. Tree is an amazing supporter of our show. She's been with us since day one. That is a GoFundMe link that I put in right there. Rest in peace to her brother who passed away. So I just can't even imagine. I put the link in the chat as well. She's doing a GoFundMe to help raise funds for funeral services and so forth. So just a amazing person, and feel terribly for her. And shout out to her and her whole family. And I just can't imagine your loss. So I just wanted to put that out there in case anybody's interested in donating, or contact me later if you're looking for more information. I'll do what I can. So yeah, just wanted to start it out with that. And the only thing we're really doing tonight, told my people, I was like, look, I'm just gonna have a Boston moment. You know what I mean? One way or the other. I didn't even say one way or the other. I didn't want to even put that in the air, but I did say that we're going to talk about the Celtics, because one way or the other didn't sound right. You know what I mean? It sounded like I was doubting what was going to happen. So I wasn't. So spoiler alert, the spoilers are coming. There we go right there. Boom, Celts with an exclamation point. And really, they put an exclamation point on this game. I just want to talk about it just a little bit. Shout out to my man, Greg, holding it down on Playback. For those of you who haven't seen Playback, it's an amazing service you can watch sports on. The official podcast, live stream of the Celtics, I should say. What an amazing game to watch. You watch it kind of like this if you're on that service, except that people's comments are coming through with their logo, and instead of seeing me and my background, you'd actually be seeing the game. So that's essentially what's going on in that world right there. Yeah, yo, just I don't even know what to say. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't watch the game, um, you need to be making sure you watch the highlights. Yo, first off, let's just talk about Milwaukee. I mean, this is about as even as a series you can get in terms of just the superstar talent of Giannis. Is just the Greek Freak is just insane. He had a 40-20 game in a must win. I mean, not must win, but they obviously are not trying to go back to Boston. They were trying to do everything in their power to close it out, and they couldn't get the job done because he was met at the challenge equally with Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum went for 46 and 9, yo, and sat out the last couple of minutes when the game was out of hand. Um, just an unbelievable game by Jason Tatum, just in a must win. So, gonna share with you guys the box score. All right, so let's go to the box score. Here we go. We'll put it up here. This is the cheesy box. I gotta get the better box score later. This is the cheesy one. It just kind of gives you the overall points. It doesn't give you like the attempts and everything, but you'll get the idea. So let me share this. Share screen. We're gonna go to bang, bang. All right, that's the box score for the Celtics. Tatum, 43 minutes, 46 points, shot over 50% from the floor and just about 50 from 3-point land. I think he was one shot away from 50%. Just drilling shots all night long, huge ones. So when Milwaukee was making their run again, to say we will not be denied felt eerily similar to the last game in the fourth quarter. All of they got it down to like 4 points, I think it was, after the Celtics were up by 14, and you're like, the fans are going crazy. Tatum comes back and sticks ridiculous shot after ridiculous shot, just like corner shots, 3-pointers, drives, free throws, everything was working. Grant Williams though, like 2 points. I realize the defense is great. He's a heady player, but he's got to give you more than two. I was like screaming the whole time, can we get a few more minutes for Tice? Tice, when he was in there, 10 minutes, got 4 points, a couple big rebounds, played decently. And he had a great last game. Granted, his first few games weren't that spectacular, and same thing here. Like I was thinking, like I was talking about Naismith, and I was like, it's unfortunate that he sprained his ankle when he did about a month ago, right before the season was wrapping up. He had a chance to get some minutes, see what he was made of. Never got those minutes because he got injured. And I think he would be a crucial player playing against some of these tough nosed guards who are defensive minded and really, get up into you. Would be great to see him. He's very similar. And, sometimes can stick the three. Had a tough year shooting the three this year, but we know what he can do. So it would just be nice to be able to see him get out there and get some real minutes. And, Pritchard's had a tough series. I think he's just overmatched in terms of the size and strength of their guards. Just bad matchup. And he really hasn't gotten the groove, in fairness to him. But Derek White, those are a tough 9, 5, and 2 right there. He played a great game. Defensively was everywhere. Smart was amazing from the outset. Really wanted to make up for the last game. Brown was real solid as well. Horford only got 2 points, but the defense was crazy. He had 10 boards. They really weren't looking for him. I mean, because, Jason Tatum and Marcus Smart early and Brown started it off with a 3. They really had it working. So that's where the offense was. Look at that. Are you serious? Is he going to give you that in a game 7? I don't see why he couldn't. It might not be 46, but, could be 40, could be 30. Could be 35. 37-10 wouldn't surprise me. And that might be what it's going to take. Game 7 at them at home, just because it's at home, will not be easy. But what a game. Tatum, people know, some of my friends know, I talk about it all the time. I'm a huge Tatum guy. I have been, since really, I don't want to say day one. I was really hoping that this trade would be smart. So, when they declined to use the higher pick, they swapped it away, and then they took Tatum. I was like, they must really know what they're doing. Started following him then, like most of us did, to try to figure out like who is this guy that they're making the moves for. And you couldn't help but like him right away. And you see the skill set, and you're like, oh my gosh, this dude is like, his handle was even crazy coming in. He's now more Giannis-like body, even though he's much skinnier, but he's getting there. He's getting to that. I don't know if he'll ever be that, but he's chiseled himself up, broadened the shoulders, increased the handle, increased the jumper, just the IQ, the passing ability, everything has just gone up. And, they were trying to make this game a coming of age game for Giannis, really, because the Disney special is on there. Shout out to my man Greg and his partner up on their show. They were talking about it too. This was the ABC, ESPN, Disney show because they got the Giannis special going on the Disney show, the story of his life. And they were really, beating the drum for Giannis, and deservedly so. I mean, the dude is true to his name. He is an absolute freak of nature. But at the end of the day, it's like, I've been saying Tatum is the most talented offensive player in Celtics history. I've been saying that since last year. And people are like, oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, you're going to hear the same stuff. No, it's Bird, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, obviously I get it, right? I lived through the Bird era. Bird is unbelievable. Get it. Can't do some of the things that Jason Tatum can do. Jason Tatum is otherworldly. The dude is a long, 6'8", athletic, shooting, dribbling, high IQ, crafty with all the moves you want going to the basket kind of player. I mean, at just turned 24 at the end of this year, or the end of this basketball year, and it's scary to think about what he'll be like at 26 or 7. You know what I'm saying? Like 28, 29, 30, right? People coming into their prime. Dude just turned 24. And if that game wasn't the game in which you had to deliver, the coming of age game really for him, as opposed to Giannis, I don't know what was. I mean, like I said, they were beating the ABC, ESPN, Disney drum. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do. You know how we do the unofficial sponsorship. Shout out to the Eagles. Alexandria Public Schools, the official sponsor of the ProQuo show. But Tatum is just otherworldly. You just can't deny it. He did what he had to do when the chips were down. He's like, look, I'm getting it done. Give me the rock. And the whole world got to see it. So I was excited about that. Celtic fans everywhere, like, yes. We didn't have big Rob Williams tonight. Knee issues, that's a tough one too. And it's like, I know I'm chomping at the bit if it's me with the knee, it's bruised. When you say bruised, they were actually making it sound like it wasn't actually the surgery thing. It was like a bruised knee thing. And it's like, bro, what kind of bruise am I going to need to have to not be out there? You know what I'm saying? It's like that doesn't come off well when they say that. I know for Celts fans, I know we're thinking the same thing, right? But like bruised knee, you can't get on a bruised knee. But in hindsight, if they were trying to rest him up so that he could be good for 7, we're certainly going to need him and could use him in Game 7, right? We've had 2 losses at home. Hard to fathom that they'd have 3, but this series has been crazy. My gosh, Connaughton, speaking of Massachusetts natives, right? My gosh, actually we weren't speaking of Massachusetts natives, but we're speaking of Massachusetts people. Dude missed a shot. I mean, it's like every freaking big shot. That dude, I'm like, please don't leave that man open. And Drew Holiday, too, has been money in some of these clutch situations. Like, can we get a big arm out in front of him? Just like once. I realize he's incredibly crafty, pushes off strong, big, strong guard, tough as nails. I get it. But it's like, he's going to do the little fall away. Like, can you get that arm up? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, we pulled it out. It was an amazing game. The Celtics were not going to be denied in that fourth quarter, as it turned out. You could feel it, but we're waiting to see it when it started. Like, oh no, we took their best punch and punched them right back in the mouth. And Tatum was just going ridiculous. So that's what I want to say. I'm a happy dude. I wasn't ready for me to be hanging up the year, and I won't be ready to hang up the year on Sunday. That's for sure too. I do a show with my man Bernard. I was sending him the email in the last couple minutes of the game. I'm like, bro, we can't start our show at 6 o'clock on Sunday. The game's at 3:30. We pushing that to 6:30 as well. You don't want to get ahead of yourself, but we only, we got weeks to talk. So there might not be another Celtic game, really, if we want to be honest, right? Like, we are hoping, we believe there will be, but it's like, let's put this on the table now because we have to. Could they win? Sure. If they win, they'd be up against a very worthy Miami contender who always plays us tough, right? Miami is like, Miami and Milwaukee play us tough. And they should, because they're great teams. But it's like, do I believe we can beat Miami? Yeah. You don't know till you see the matchup in the playoffs, right? With a healthy Rob, I feel like we got them. Without a healthy Rob, it gets a little more dicey, So I know we're projecting here. We have to first imagine the Celtics win Game 7. Then you get a little time. You know, a little more healthy Rob, hopefully, right? I hope Rob plays the next game, of course, but I hope he can play in the games after that, right? And it's like, we got to see that matchup, how that works out. And Miami's number 1 seed. So that home court advantage, I believe, goes away now because we're the number 2, right? If so, um, that becomes important as well. But it's like, could the Celtics beat them? Sure. Could Milwaukee beat them? Sure. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a heavyweight fight in its own. And then you start looking at the West, right? I know the games are on right now, and it's like, is Golden State going to make it out? You know, if Golden State makes it out, is Golden State, is it, I was saying all along, I can see Golden State in Boston. You know, right now it's a little dicey for Golden State. You got to believe they're going to come through tonight. But, you know, after the last game, oh my gosh, what a shellacking they took. I mean, they were losing by like 45 points. You know what I'm saying? The game was just out of control. Without John Morant, like you think not that that's even what's on my mind, but I'm just thinking of like him. Like this isn't a game. This isn't a Ja versus Steph series, right? I'm just thinking about the big names out there. You're thinking you're gonna see Ja in the end, and you're gonna see Steph in the end, right? And then on the East Coast, I'm thinking you're gonna see hopefully Jason Tatum, and you're gonna see Jimmy and the crew or whatever. And it's like, I mean, that might work out. You know what I mean? That might be what we see. But it's like one of these kind of things where I'm just getting ahead of myself. But I'm like, could it actually be the situation that the that we see the two big stars in a big gladiator game? You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, on the West Coast, I mean, granted, we're talking about it right now too, and it's like, um, you know, you got Memphis Grizzlies. You know what I mean? You're like, did you expect Memphis Grizzlies to actually be there? Like, is like, honestly, like, were you thinking it was going to be Memphis? I don't know. I don't know how many Memphis games y'all were watching, um, but it's just crazy to even think about it. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and that last game, it was like Steph and a bunch of players you probably haven't seen all year. Everybody's heard about Ja, but have you really been watching? Grizzlies. That's my question. It's like, for the most part, it's like, no, you probably weren't. You know what I'm saying? Steven Adams got back in the series. That's a name that most people knew. You know what I mean? But the rest of the team, unless you're a hardcore NBA follower, you probably haven't heard of most of the players on that team. Desmond Baines made some waves earlier in the year, whatever, but he hasn't been, having them break out kind of, games or whatever since he was back. So it's just like, okay, we're going to see Ja, we're going to see Steph, and we're going to see, hopefully, I didn't know at what point, but I was like, we're going to see Jason Tatum and Giannis. It's going to happen. Who's going to break through? I'm saying Tatum and the team is a little bit better than their team. And then I'm like, okay, is it going to be Miami? Originally, I was thinking I could imagine the Nets being somewhere in that mix, right? And as it worked out, that's not the case. And you look at Miami from top to bottom, you're like, this is a tough team. Any of those teams, Miami, Milwaukee, or Boston, and next year you probably got to throw in New Jersey, figuring that they'll figure it out. Those are your elite teams in the East. And the West, it's like, you got Dallas and you got Phoenix, which you'd expect. You got Dallas, you got Phoenix, you got Ja, and you got Steph. And it's like, any of those are worthy. You can make that mix any way you want. But the way I was seeing it was Boston and Golden State. Might be wrong on that. If Golden State wins, do they get by a do they get by a, a Phoenix team? And is this going to be the coming of age for Luka? I mean, Luka's already there, but it's just like, is he going to have that national televised, taking over the West Mantle kind of game? It's like, I don't know. But what Tatum did, he's got it. I mean, if he's not in your top 10, you're not watching basketball right now. He's a top 10 player. I mean, that game cemented it. It may have cemented top 5. And it depends. I mean, everybody's going to have Giannis in their top 5, right? Everyone's going to have Jokic. I mean, he just won another MVP, right? So it's like, you got the Joker, you got Giannis. After that, let's talk about 3, 4, and 5. Is it still Steph? Is it still LeBron? Is it still KD? For most people, that's a yes. Steph kind of like, maybe he's taking a slight mini half step back, right? Is Jason Tatum right there? Right now? You picking teams, you want Steph or you want Jason Tatum? And you got to consider injuries and age and all that kind of stuff, right? As much as I like Tatum, I might still want to take Steph. You know what I'm saying? Like, Steph is just otherworldly when his game's on, right? And experience and all that stuff. So Anybody else in that top five you're not taking? I mean, almost everyone's taking Giannis. Is it LeBron? Has LeBron taken a step back? You watch the game, it's kind of hard to say he's taken any steps back. I get it. He's older. Yeah, he's on a tough team. His team didn't win, right? He's putting in like 30 a game. He's like a triple double. I mean, he's real close to a triple double at like the latest stage of his career, and he's still like kind of automatic. So you picking teams. Are you taking Tatum over LeBron? You know what I mean? So these are the kind of things, right? But you can easily make the case right now, especially after tonight's game. Just tonight's game. Doesn't even matter if they win or not, right? If they go forward, to me. Just seeing with the eyeball test from people who haven't watched him all year, you can easily make the case he's the sixth best player in the league. Maybe you get Devin Booker in there. I mean, Devin and Jason Tatum both had MVP votes this year, by the way. I think Devin had a couple more, actually. Jason Tatum is now in that mix in the MVP voting. There's Devin Booker's in there, Tatum's in there, they're in that mix. So is he top 10? Absolutely, 100%. I would argue anyone that he's not in the top 8. He's definitely, in my opinion, top 8. And I would say, depending how the rest of the season goes, you're going to have a lot of people start throwing him in the top 5. So by next year, if they win a chip, automatically people are going to be like, yo, he's 5th. He's replacing probably LeBron, right? People will say. But you picking teams right now, someone to play one game. It's like, think of who you're taking on your team. Most people are taking Jokic in there. They're taking Greek Freak in there. I still think a lot of people are taking LeBron and Steph, right? And a lot of people are still taking KD, even though Jason looked like the new KD right now, right? It's like for next year, start a game 1. Who are you taking? It'd be hard pressed actually not to take Tatum, thinking about what he can do. He can defend the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 legitimately, right? Legitimately. He can be your point guard, right? He basically is the Celtics point guard, right? I know it's Marcus Smart, but it's basically Jason Tatum. The shot, the shooting, the dribbling, the defense, the passing, the court mastery, that all that stuff by next year, start game 1, it's gonna be hard pressed to take a player actually over him. I know a lot of people are still gonna take Yosh. I know a lot of people are still gonna take Greek Freak. I get it. Yeah, it'd be hard for me if I'm picking first to not take those two too. But when you really think about winning the game, right? Because if someone takes an elite point guard next, at least you already got Tatum. You already have an elite point guard, even though he's not the point guard. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't go wrong with that pick. Because if I take Tatum first, you're going to take the Greek Freak probably, right? I could take Jokic next. I could take the Joker next. And if you take the Joker first, I could take Giannis next. Now you're going to be forced into taking KD probably, right? If you didn't already. Or you might get slick and try to take an elite guard, right? Say, yo, I'm going to take the best guard out there. But there's more than 1 or 2 guards out there who can really get it done, right? I mean, you can make the argument. You can actually make the argument. You might throw in Ja Morant, right? You might take him in, right? You can make the argument that you could take Devin Booker, right? So you're okay. You're going to be able to have some. But a player like Jason Tatum, there's only 2 players you can argue. It's KD and LeBron that play the game that he does. They can bring the ball up the court, take the shot, pass, court awareness, rebound, play the D. Those are your players right there. So to me, yeah. Do I got him in top 5? Yeah, he's top 5. So I'm leaving it at that. Obviously, I'm feeling good about the Celts, so I'm going to be a little bit more gas on that, but I'm always gas on Tatum. The most talented offensive player in Celtics history already. It's clear. It's clear. Bird has made some ridiculous shots. I get it. His passing is off the chain. I get it. Does he play the defense that Jason Tatum can already play? Like, he plays solid defense, did what he could do, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, I get most people be like, oh yeah, he's a great defender. Yeah, in his era, I guess so. Do you want him manning up on someone when the game's on the line? Maybe not. Maybe not. But just offensive player, that was what I'm talking about. The most talented offensive player I've ever seen on the Celtics is Jason Tatum. And I'm a huge Ray Allen fan. Ray Allen in his prime is very, very similar to a Jason Tatum, except Jason's longer. And he's more like, I don't know, more all-around player. Just guard more positions and so forth. So, yeah, I'm leaving it there. That's where I'm at. And you know what? We're gonna go out with one of our joints. It is a rare listen at a little bit of ProQuo, and I say rare because this joint isn't out. So let me give it to you, and ending on a high note. We don't talk about Smile because we smiling right now in Boston. I'm gonna hit you with Smile. Song is not out yet. Shout out to Mr. Barksdale who made the beat. This is Smile, and we'll share it with you right now because we smiling in Boston and everywhere else we got Celts fans. We smiling. Shout out to my man Quo. Just in case I didn't share the audio, let me do it one more time. There we go. Love this joint right here. I did a little remix of it today, actually. So this is it.
Just to see my daughter smile. Disciples of the ancestors. Yeah, I base my whole life around this. We on that grown man music. And for real though, ain't no price around this. Real talk. Let me see that high fist though. Yeah. Cruise. Look. To shine eternal in the journal is the bigger goal. Retire early possibilities, we grinding so you never know. Thoughts of having moms go to Florida anytime it's snow. Encapsulated in these vibrations, life's domination. Not saying that I'm better than you, it's all patience. Understand you either grow or go. In that world yourself is lacing. Jump in with jump balls, real good with calculation. Pumping my whole eternal, turning off the moderation. Team hardly need mediation. It's on the sleeve, there's no exaggeration. I don't read, I bleed black and blue in the conversation. I thrive in these areas of great. The smoke clears every day, check my operation. My time's filled out of filth, pulling out the gravitation. How it feel, being off your feet, high in levitation. I'm peeling fruit, sipping juice, got my Eve after consummation. That's my red forever by my chest, the affirmation. Had my kids set me free, I believe that's the alteration. But where your faith at? Obsessing over complications. I'm pulling action out of whirlwinds, breathing over contemplations. And it just so happens me rapping is all basics. It's part-time beast mode, that full-time free throw. Just to see my daughter smile, riding through the vows. Base my life around this, ain't no price around this. We anoint the righteous, get you out the vice grips. Just to see my queen smile, riding through the vows. Base my life around this, ain't no price around this. We anoint the righteous, let me see the high fist. Just to see the fam smile, riding through the vows. Base my life around this, ain't no price around this.
Hip-hop is giving me confidence, express myself publicly. I've done 1,000 shows, run my own companies, yeah. A lovely wife in my life, how she accompanied me through music like her vocals on tracks when they accompany. Be working hard for my queen, crown of a bumblebee. But now I teach the world through my words and still it humbles me. Be hugging my son once he wakes, his love comforts me. It's making it hard to hate on another, remaining ugly, yeah. To be the best I can be, evolving culturally, evolved in our community, living life more productively. See, ProQuo got a flow that's so brotherly. Music's so motivational, pull you through your recovery. Viewing documentary, studying more and publishing, reading whatever's written, investigating, discovering. Be learning them lessons through lyrics and keep uncovering methods and hidden gems, effective to lessen suffering. To see my son smile, riding through the vows, base my life around this, ain't no price around this. We anoint the righteous, get you out the vice grips. Just to see my queen smile, riding through the vows, base my life around this, ain't no price around this. We anoint the righteous, let me see the high fist. Just to see your fam smile, riding through the vows, base my life around this, ain't no price around this.
Yeah. And you know what? Shout out to my man, Jay Brown. You know what? That game was so amazing. That song was amazing. I'm going to play So Amazing. Little sync song right here. Here we go. So amazing game. Boom, baby.
We got them going crazy, we got them going crazy. What we got so amazing, we got them going crazy, we got them going crazy, we got them going crazy.
We do.
What we got
Celts,
so
baby.
amazing, We got 'em going crazy.
Feel that beat when we step in the room. B to the double O M, that's boom. Speed the sound, put it down like whom. B to the double O M, that's boom. Feel the beat when we step in the room. B to the double O M, that's boom. Speed the sound, put it down like whom. B to the double O M, that's boom.
We got 'em going crazy. We got 'em going crazy. What we got so amazing.
B to
We
the
got
double
'em
O M,
going
that's
crazy.
boom.
We got 'em going crazy. We got 'em going crazy. What we got so amazing.
B to
We
the
got
double
'em
O M,
going
that's
crazy.
boom. Speed the sound, put it down like home. When I'm in the rhythm and I really wanna move. Speed the sound, put it down like home. When I'm in the rhythm and I really wanna move, baby. Speed the sound, put it down like home. When I'm in the rhythm and I really wanna move, baby. Speed the sound, put it down
Can you
like
hear this in
home.
the Sonic
When I'm in the
movie?
rhythm and I really wanna move, baby. Y'all feel that boom in the music. B to the double O M, we moving. Don't stop, just keep on improving. Move in the groove, get a view with the movement. Boom bap, you can feel that movement. When the bass line slap, y'all lose it. Hit a clap in the back of the room. It's the proof, it's an actual fact, not a rumor. B to the double O M, that's boom. Y'all don't really wanna go home this soon. Soak a rhythm on the track, monsoon rain down like a hurricane, hot like June. What it do? Got speed like glue. Rock when I rock, hip hop that groove. When I'm in the rhythm and I really wanna do, sit back and listen to the track go boom.
Yeah. And speaking of going crazy, when you see the fans in the other cities, do you ever notice they don't really do that in Boston? It's like they got these outdoor places that look so dope. It's like all the people are rocking there. Boston needs to do that. Set it up like maybe a city hall. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk to the mayor. You know what I mean? Make that happen. City hall. I know it's not like right next to the garden, but the garden doesn't really have that space. I mean, they could do it right next to it. They could do it. Have to set it up a little makeshift maybe, but I know they don't want all that crazy crowd there with the traffic. It's already bad enough as it is, but you could maybe do it at City Hall during the games. I mean, what is City Hall like? Quarter of a mile. You know what I'm saying? If you cut through the buildings and so forth, maybe it's not even half a mile. You know what I mean? And you just pull right out, go up the hill, boom, it's right there, right? So I don't know. We just don't have that. Wouldn't you love to be seeing the Celts fans rocking out while Milwaukee was playing outside of the building during a non-game? I mean, if it's a non-game, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not? I know sometimes once in a while there's the indoor movements. Let's do it outside. This time of year, outside, baby. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We got them going crazy. Yeah. So sync's a little different. You know what I'm saying? That's not like a song I would be like putting out, be like, yo, this one's like, but you doing something for a targeted reason, like people going crazy in the playoffs, right? But yeah, baby. So that's it. Celtics Sunday. I might have to go live on Sunday, like later on. I got my Introverse show. You interested? Check us out. It shows up right here, the same places you're watching this show. You can watch Introverse. It's two introverts who are musicians and hip hop artists and poets and stuff talking about, how you can utilize the introverts in your life to get things done. That's what we're talking about this Sunday. So check it out. I'll be sure to be talking about the Celts. Win, lose, or draw. Won't be a draw, but you know what I mean. Win. We ain't talking about lose. Win. All right, y'all. Peace. We out of here. And unless I mean, I'm reading some of the messages over here. None of them needing reply. I don't believe though. But everybody got anything else you want to share on the Celts? Feel free. You know what I mean. I'm not trying to jump if you got something you need to get off your chest and express. But I understand. I see you liking that comment, Fee. Yeah, man. Fee, what'd you think of the game, man? I know you watched it. Were you thinking like, what was more impressive? Giannis going for 40 and 20, or Jason Tatum going for 46 and 9, off like all those crazy threes? I don't know. What was more clutch? You know what I mean? I mean, Greek freaks otherworldly. That's all there is to it. I mean, there's just no denying it. But his free throw game, man, I give respect to free throws. I was like, man, can he miss a free throw or what? Would he miss one? It's like got to be a record for him. Most free throws hit in a game and most consecutive. He must have hit a ton consecutive. He only missed one, right? So it's crazy. Unless he missed it in the middle. I don't even remember when he missed his free throw, but dude was pretty clutch with the free throws and again with the three. You got to give it up. Like the dude was hitting some timely shots, but to me, JT just put it on a different level. Just put him on the back and was like, rock with me. And Jaylen Brown had some clutch shots. Marcus Smart was super clutch. It's a great win. It's what you wanted to see. I was saying before the game, I was like, Tatum's going nuts, and Marcus Smart might get you 34 tonight. He didn't get you 34, but he got you in the 20s, so it was a good game. But I knew I was being a little bold with 34. But all right, y'all. We all rock out. Appreciate y'all hanging with us. I shout out to my man Fly as well, and shout out to my LD. We're doing a lot of talking about some New Orleans show coming up, and I'm going to be out in Austin, Texas in 2 weeks. If you're out in Austin, Texas, shout out to my man Greg. I know you out there. We got to talk about that too. When I'm out there, I forget what we were doing. We're doing something. I can't remember exactly what we said, but we got to talk, and yeah, a whole bunch of stuff coming up this summer. Looking forward to it. For me, the summer is here. For faculty, the summer is here. Contractually, we are done this weekend, so more time to be in the gym working on the 3-pointers and the free throws. And my son, you know what he said to me? He said, "Daddy, you have a 4-pack now." So that was encouraging. You know, the kids don't lie. You know, he's like, see me in the mirror. He said, Daddy, you actually have a 4-pack. And by the way, a month ago, he told me I only have a 2-pack. So I was encouraged. But then my wife saw me and she's like, "Those lines right there? Is that what he's saying?" She was downplaying it. She's like, "That looks kind of weird. Look, I don't know what that is, right?" So, you know, you can't please everybody. You got to do what you got to do. All right, y'all. Yeah. Peace. Nice. You got 'em.